It's race number 31 of the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 14, and for the second to last race, we head to the Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina for the Oreo 400. The championship picture just as close as it was to start the chase, and we'll see who comes out on top in points heading into the final race of the season, and who heads to Homestead with a shot at the championship after 60 laps here in Rockingham. A non-chaser, Justin Zaidel, the one is on pole for today's race, but beside him, a second driver needs a really good run to get back into the championship fight, Zachary DeLello in the 52. Starting in third, same story for DeLello's teammate Jay Randall in the 53. He can have a shot at it, but needs a really good run here at Rockingham. Ferret Longwell starts in fourth, and to complete the top five, it's Keyshawn Richardson in the 43. Then in sixth place, we have Luke Rainey. In seventh, it's Diego Yepez. Jose Mills starts in eighth. Ninth place to Max Rossi, and Conrad Evans in the 95 completes the top 10. Back by them is Noah Clifton, to his outside. Jake Galway is the 19. Then we have Griffin in the 36, and Max Anderson enters third in the points. Could leave with a nice points gap if the two in front of him do not do well here today. They have Levi Shones with his teammate Keegan Thompson to his inside. Their teammate right behind them, Ross McMorrow in the 10, and the 8 is Riley Spurley-Tube. Then we have Malachi Rodriguez and Laura Chung. Second in the points, Derek Hill will start mid-pack, but on the outside, Anthony has the 48 to his inside. Then we have Jeff Bright the 9 and the 38 of Andrew Miller, with Code Luigi the 54 and the 37 of Bibby Ruiz. Then we have Brandon Beal with Zach Fitzwater Sr., with Jordan Stout and Jonathan Buford. Then there's Antonin Charlebois and Chris Jericho the 18, with Marshall Burrow the 21 and the 22 of TJ Hanley. Sebastian Kukulan to his outside. The points there, Samet Onskin, the third lowest chaser to start, and on the outside as well. Could this be a disaster in terms of the championship for the driver of the 6? And then behind them, two more chasers, the two lowest, Evan Hunter and Ryan Wilson. Then we have Riley Sampson with Bronson Minnick, and the final row holds Anderson Reed and Eli Bright in the 88 car. So there's the starting lineup for the Oreo 400 here at Rockingham. Let's go on trackside to fire these engines up for 60 laps around this just over 1 mile circuit.
Drivers, start your engines.
$4,200 come to life for the penultimate race in the Gatorade Cup Series here at Rockingham, as the points are oh so close between the front few. Samet Oskin leading by a point over Derek Hamill. 7 back is Max Anderson. Watch for Griffin as well. He's 9 points back, and then behind that, Jay Randall Coluigi came in 13 points back. Also don't count DeLello, who was 17 points back. The pace car is in, and it's a non-chaser. Seidel leads to the green flag. There it is. The green flag is in the air. We're underway at Rockingham. Levi Shones bounced off the wall in the 4. Up front for the lead. Jay Randall looking to get into the championship fight. Moves low into Dell and is trying to lead the first lap, but Keyshawn Richardson has a plan to lead the first lap. Side by side, the 53 and the 43. First lap lead goes to Jay Randall on the outside, the 53. Close call there, but now Richardson's going to take it away. Luke running from the top to the bottom early on, and the 2 car moving forward. Jake Gowen out to the wall. Griffin to his middle. Fitzwater out of shape in the 51. Whole mess back there mid-pack. Keyshawn Richardson will clear and lead now. Luke Rennie going for a second. It's a big line on the inside. Nowhere to go from the outside to get in. And one of those on the inside, Max Anderson, the 12, looking to maybe leave as the points leader if things go his way here today. Anderson with Thompson behind, moving up nicely. Just in front of them, Noah Clifton, the double zero. Keyshawn Richardson gets a gap in the 43, and he's starting to pull away from the pack. Luke Rennie in second. Yepez clear in third. The battle is for fourth. Jay Randall on the outside to the inside. The 20 of Max Rossi. At the front, Richardson went wider. Luke Rennie went lower, and it got the 2 to run off 4 and down the front stretch into turn 1. He's now close to the back of the 43 to get just a little bit lower than Keyshawn through the corner through 1 and 2. Clifton moving for 4th. Max Anderson moving for 5th and is currently the highest chaser as things run right now. Keegan Thompson rises for 2 down low. Look how high the front 3 are running, and Yepez ran just a little bit lower. Got to the inside of Luke Rennie for 2nd place right here. To the stripe, 4th lap completed. Side by side for the lead in turn 1. Diego Yepez trying to take that 2nd spot away as Keyshawn Richardson, the balance back behind, he's able to pull away just a little bit. Max Anderson is clear of traffic. Keegan Thompson clear. Spurgeon has gotten by. Jay Randall still stuck on the outside. Nowhere to go. 3 more to his inside. Rodriguez, Chung, and Fitzwater. Maybe he can get behind his teammate Fitzwater to try and limit some of the damage down. Maybe down right there in front of the 24, Jonathan Beeford. Into turn 1, can Randall get down? Beeford sent it in deep, but Randall finds the inside. Now we'll get by the 20 Max Rossi. So it could have been a lot worse for Randall, but could have been a lot better as well. Starting in the 3rd position, you would have thought he maybe would have stayed on the inside and moved up to the front. And at the front, Luke Rennie's struggling in the 2 now. He got passed by Yepez, got passed by his teammate Max Anderson. Now others are under fire, but Luca looks like he's able to fend off Clifton and Hernandez. The 48 goes low for 5th on that 0-0. At the front, chaser Max Anderson, 3rd of the points, is flying up to the front of the field, going for 2nd on Diego Yepez, and maybe looking to enter Homestead with the best shot at the championship, aka leading the points. Anderson up to 2nd place, is currently the highest chaser. His next chase competitor all the way back outside the top 10, and that's Jay Randall in a 3-wide mess into turn 1. Keegan Thompson on the outside, Fitzwater in the middle, Randall all the way to the bottom. He got 2 spots right there from the 41 to the 51. Randall back here in this mess. Ryan Wilson just a few cars back, not in the championship fight, but having a good day from his starting spot. Luke Rennie still under fire. He's down the outside of Anthony Ness, and the 48 moved through to 4th place. Jeff Brent looking again inside the top 5 of the 9, moving low on that 2 of Luke Rennie. There he goes. He'll move to 5th in turn 1. Good day for those 200 cars currently up inside the top 5. As at the front, 2nd and 3rd, Anderson Yepez chasing down Keyshawn Richardson, who currently leads this race, but maybe not for too much longer. The 12 and the 13 look just a little bit faster than Keyshawn at this point in the run as we're coming around to complete the 9th lap. Battles on for 4th place. This man looks fast. Jeff Brent, the 9, heating up his teammate Anthony Ness in the 48 car and moving for the lead in turn number 1. It's been disappointing last season for Hendrick Motorsports here. Their only victory, John Buford at Talladega. And all their cars have really struggled this season to find, consistent pace throughout these races. Jeff looking to maybe get up there and challenge for the win here at Rockingham, moving low for a top 5 spot. Jay Randall gets spots back, but just got passed by Buford. Now trying to get by Luke Rennie as who's inside Jordan Stout. He's middle of 3 wide into turn 1. Stout was basically using the apron trying to make that car turn. Did a good job of it. Stout's by Randall and Luke Rennie, and that 2 really struggling at this point in the run. Fading back, nowhere to go except backwards. And I was talking about how Ryan Wilson was doing well in the 32. He's falling back now as well as the next chaser behind Randall, Griffin Lynn. Then you have to go all the way back here to see Brandon Beal. Then Oskin's actually gotten ahead of Derek Hamill. Luigi's up ahead of Hamill. The 15 currently struggling in this pack. A lot of chasers. In fact, Hamill's last car on the track. So this could be a really bad day for Derek Hamill. Take him out of that championship fight this soon. At the front, 3rd in the points, Max Anderson is heating up Keyshawn Richardson. Yepez, Hernandez, Bright, Clifton, Chung, and Rodriguez also trying to close in as still ran on the outside, falling back. Might be able to get down for Kukulon, but the Forces run gets to the inside turn 1. Now Lynn on the outside because Jericho got to his inside the 18. Yeah, so every chaser right now except for Max Anderson having a difficult day. Max Anderson currently the only chaser inside the top 15 as Jeff Wright getting past right there, but definitely Max Anderson the only chaser having a solid day. And I mean, it would be great points day for him if it went off of, finishing position, but it's off of position in terms of where the chasers are. So right now for Randall, who's back outside the top 15, still getting 11 points compared to Max Anderson's 12, so he only loses a point to that number 12. And it's still big because he entered just 6 points behind Max Anderson. So if he left just 1 point behind him, it would be 7 points, and Max Anderson at this point could be the points leader. But watch for the man in 4th place, Anthony Ness on the 48 car, strong so far. Won here in season 9 in the last lap tussle, and looking like he's going to try and maybe get up here and win one again here at Rockingham as Max Anderson still trying to pressure Keyshawn Richardson, but so far no mistake from the 43 has been made so far. Ooh, Anderson ran really well through 3 and 4 right there, just about half a lane, 3/4 of a lane lower than Keyshawn. Got a great launch off 4 and down the front stretch, and you have to think soon Max Anderson's going to make this pass on Keyshawn. Battle for 3rd, Yepez moving to the outside. Hernandez trying to get gripped down low, and another thing about Rockingham is that we're used to having long green flag runs here. The tires are going to be the most crucial point of this race. How well can a driver manage their tires on the long run? And then on pit stops, what's the strategy to play? An undercut, an overcut, pitting when everyone else does? It's going to be fun to see how it all plays out. Anderson looked for a pass in turn 1, but went too low. Got a bad entrance into the corner, and Keyshawn pulls away as Anderson actually falls back into Yepez. And here comes Anthony again, looking low on Yepez, but no such move made right now for that 3rd place. And maybe now, Yepez slid up. Here comes Hernandez. Here comes Clifton looking even lower. Maybe 3 wide for 3rd. Noah Clifton was waiting in the wings and might get 2 for 1, maybe not. Hernandez did a great job to protect that spot. We'll get to 3rd, and now can he run down the front to Richardson and Anderson? He's over the back of Anderson down the back straight. And down Thunder Alley here, Anderson now starting to struggle maybe in that number 12 as he played a defensive line into turn 3, used that inside, didn't let the 48 get low. Actually hurt Hernandez right there. And once again, Anderson staying lower down the straightaway, knowing that that car knocking off the corner as well. He's trying to play a protective line into these corners. It's actually slowing them up, though. That's That's the frustrating part. If you're Hernandez behind, you're faster, but Anderson is protecting these spots for all it's worth. He doesn't really have to, though, right? Right, he's the highest chaser. The leader's getting away from him now. The lowest he's going to fall back to if he gets on the outside would be 9th place. Then the next chaser is all the way back here, Griffin Lynn. Then all the way back here, Jay Randall. Then Oskin, then Beal. Then, you know, Galloway and Code Luigi and all these drivers. So at some point, if you're Max Anderson, you have to let people go because at some point, someone's going to get frustrated and start, you know, getting into you and dumping you and moving you out of the way. Right there, Hernandez getting a little bit impatient, got right up to his quarter panel saying, you know what, you're going to be protected down the straightaways. I'm making the move right now. And Hernandez going to move to 2nd right here, so 48's getting clear the 12. Laura Chung, 3-time winner this season, looking to make it 4th, up to 3rd place in that 66. She's had an impressive stretch of races. So move Anderson back to 4th. Jeff Bright up to 5th by Yepez, who's under fire in 6th. That's Malachi Rodriguez. Noah Clifton trying to regain lost ground. John Threeford coming back. Keegan Thompson currently steady inside the top 10, that number 41 car. So we are into now the 2nd third of this race, nearing the midpoint within the next 10 laps. And Keyshawn Richardson is dominating, leading all but 1 lap here today. But some challengers right behind, like Hernandez and Laura Chung, are going to burn that 66. Looks faster than the 48. And the 48 Hernandez trying to play a defensive line. Here comes Jeff Bright for 4th on Max Anderson. Laura Chung looking for 2nd on the 48, but so far no move being made in that regard. Oh, we have Riley Bridge, who stopped at the front stretch on the apron. No yellow yet, staying green. He's off track. We'll see if Gatorade Cup Series officials deem a yellow needs to come out, but so far we're staying green here in the Oreo 400 at Rockingham. But a tough break for Riley Spritubu. Obviously, some sort of mechanical issue is going to put the 8 out of the running of this race. So far, we have stayed green. Max Anderson's falling outside the top 10, or outside the top 5, excuse me. Is at the front. Richardson, Hernandez, and Laura Chung coming together in turn 1. No one's been able to pass that 43, even though it looks like at points people have had faster cars. We'll see right here. Hernandez closing up onto the back of Keyshawn with Laura Chung and Jeff Wright also closing in. 4 cars right here for the lead. That 48 washed up in 3 and 4. Laura Chung lower should get the runoff 4 and maybe get the spot. You have to think Max Anderson struggling at this point in the race. He wore his tires off for that car. It's just not good in the long run. Hernandez wider through 1 and 2, trying to get a run off the corner. Down Thunder Alley to race. Anderson, you saw how out of control that car was. Almost scraped the wall. Tell you what, that 48, I think it's better than the 43, but at this point it's kind of hard to pass. And with these worn out tires, you need to find a way to get off the corner better than the guy in front of you. You're not going to be able to do it on corner entry looking low. There's Hernandez, just about a car length or 2 back of the 43 of Keyshawn Richardson. Down the back straight again. No gain. Still the same 4 cars running 1, 2, 3, 4. Richardson, Hernandez, Chung, and Jeff Bright. There's Hernandez looking low off 4. Trying to get a run down the front straight. Not quite close enough, but definitely setting the 43 up. Hernandez looks just a bit faster at this moment. Looking, but no move yet. There's Max Anderson. He's settled in line behind Noah Clifton, so still having a decent run. The next chaser all the way back there is Jay Randall and Griffin Lynn. They're battling around 15th or so. Once again, lower for Hernandez. Pressuring Keyshawn Richardson down to the inside and door-to-door with Keyshawn. To the line, 48 leads, new leader at Rockingham. Now Laura Chung is to get to 2nd place off Keyshawn Richardson and might be able to accomplish that. There she goes to 2nd. Richardson way wide. Oh, Jeff Wright sideways off the corner because these tires are lacking so much grip at the midpoint. They're already 2 seconds off their fastest laps. Yeah, that tire conservation race at Rockingham, definitely one of our favorite races of the season to see who can do it right. Right now, Laura Chung looks like she's doing it right. Right on the back of Hernandez, the 48 playing defensive into turn 1. I'm surprised Chung didn't just slam Hernandez in the back and send him up the racetrack. There, 48 again, defensive line down the back straight. Gotta be annoying if you're Laura Chung. You're definitely a lot faster. You're staying right with the 48 of Hernandez, but can't make the move because Anthony is doing what Max Anderson was doing to him. And Jeff Bright watching on the 3rd with Malachi Rodriguez on a flyer run so far up to 4th place in that 3. Chung again, pressuring Hernandez into turn 1. The 48 not giving in quite yet. Can Chung find a way down to the inside? Still on his back bumper down the back straight. Yeah, Hernandez just running lower than anyone is down the straightaways, and that's because he knows that 66 is faster. Here comes a really fast car, that 3 of Rodriguez moving on for 3rd place on Jeff Bright, and Chung looking low down the front stretch. Looking. Hernandez not giving too much room into turn 1. Chung again, right down the yellow line into the corner, has to slow up. Hernandez got a better corner. Oh, yellow's out. Caution at the midpoint. crash for Marshall Burrow. Luke Rainey and others were heading into pits. Oh, that's not good for these drivers that just came into pit road. A lot of guys. Racing back around to the caution. The leader is Anthony Hernandez. But look at those guys falling a lap down. So what's going to happen here is that they're probably going to be tail end of the lead lap right here. There's the pace car all the way up in turn 3. These drivers now are going to get their pit stops underway and get it gone. And those drivers that just had to make pit stops, not good for them. Yeah, big break though. Randall was one to stay out. I think Oskin was on pit road, the points leader. Hamill also stayed out. He's up to 23rd now, so that's a big gain for him. Levi Schultz has some rear damage, so I think he was also involved. There's Yepez, Buford. They come out, and they're going to be tailing the lead lap, it looks like. Oskin was on pit road, DeLello, Hunter as well, so there were some chasers. Hernandez into his pit stall, one of the first, so that could hurt this 48 car. And in fact, a lot of our front runners had some early pit stalls. We'll have to see here. And Hernandez really hoping that the pack really clears before he has to leave. Looks like he'll be fine. Yeah, he'll leave with Burrell. 21 might, yeah, he'll fall in behind the 21, so he should be fine in that regard. Laura Chung actually lost some ground. We'll see how Jeff Bright does, because he had a pit stall kind of further up. And a second pit stall here. Jay Randall also with a good pit stall should help him out in the 53. Have to see for Jeff Bright. Who leaves first? Will it be his teammate or will it be him? It's going to be Anthony Hernandez out in front. Jeff Bright should come out in third off of the 3 of Rodriguez. I do think Bright was able to get third off that. So close calls leaving pit road. Anthony Hernandez, the 48, should be the race leader once we get back home. Let's go see what happened. Marshall Burrow wrecked around in turns 3 and 4 to cause yellow right in the middle of green flag pit stops. So right here at the back of the pack, we have drivers, you know, that are coming in, doing their undercut to try and get tires sooner and make up track position this way. Marshall Burrow gaining onto the 4 of Levi Schoen's entering the corner. Schoen's going higher because he sees some cars are pitting, or he's struggling with that car, and Marshall Burrow just went into the corner faster than the 4 was and ran him over, put Schoen's on the wall. Burrow spins around, yellow flag has to come out, but what a break for some of the drivers that had stayed out and are going to gain a bunch of track position as others now are going to be on the tail end of the lead lap that were coming in at the midpoint. This was literally the first lap these drivers could come down pit road and make it to the end on fuel and tires. And it's just a tough break for everyone who decided they had to come down pit road then, or were committed, you know. Most of the leaders had stayed out. And it's going to be the 40 of Anthony Hernandez in traffic now. We'll have to see how this restart goes. There's going to be a lot of cars in front of our race leaders. But it's the 40 of Anthony Hernandez leading the Oreo 400 here at Rockingham. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going green this time by, but the cars at the front of the field are not the race leaders. Riley Spurgeon was multiple laps down the 8. Currently 6 laps down. He also didn't pit there, so the issues were definitely catastrophic to the 8. Many laps down. And but these cars, there are 27 currently technically on the lead lap. There's 28th on down to 41st on the tail end, hoping for a quick yellow here to cycle back around to the back of the field with Yepez, Buford, Fitzwater, McMorrola, Sampson, Ruiz, a chaser Beal, the points leader Oskin, another chaser Hanley, another chaser DeLello, chaser Wilson, and chaser Hunter. So about half the chasers get caught by the strategy. Zidell and Luke Rainey also back here. The race leaders, the 40 of Anthony Hernandez, Laura Chung in second, third to Jeff Bright, Rodriguez is fourth, Clifton is fifth, Max Anderson looking to leave us the points leader currently in sixth, Jordan Stout seventh, Richardson is eighth, Thompson ninth, Kukulon 10th, Watch for Minnick 11th, Jericho 12th, chasers Rando and Lynn inside the top 15 as we're back going at Rockingham. All this traffic for Hernandez. He jumps to the outside. Laura Chung will have a shot for the lead here into turn 1. Hernandez wide, really wide, up into the wall for the 48. Laura Chung's gonna get the lead out of this. And Hunter got the wall as well. Other cars in the wall in front of the leaders. 42 got the wall. 96, chaser called Luigi. Laura Chung leads this race in the 66. Jeff Bright right behind her in second. Here comes Noah Clifton trying to get through traffic. Max Anderson, remember, is good in the short run. That 12 is coming back. But now how do the leaders deal with traffic and who can get through the best? Jeff Bright, the wily veteran, looking for one final Gatorade Cup Series win, but Laura Chung straight through 1 and 2. She got sideways off the corner, put the power down. So Chung trying to get by some of these lap cars, maybe get a buffer. Luke Rainey trying to get by Justin Zidell, the 1 car. Jeff Bright kind of watching on, maybe saving his stuff. Let Laura Chung go up there and battle these drivers, put the gap for Jeff Bright to go through. And then Jeff can try and save his stuff here and maybe have a better long run. Left to see, down the back straight. You see Smet Oskin fell lap down, so now he's not the tail end of the lead lap, so yellow wouldn't help him any. Laura Chung Jeff Wright, Noah Clifton are now the front three. Hernandez, after getting into the wall, outside the top 5, outside the top 10 for the 48 driver. Jay Randall right behind him, also on the outside, falling back. See Derek Hamill moving up second in points, entering 1 point behind. He can leave as the points leader entering Homestead. Jay Randall having a difficult time on the outside, nowhere to go in that 53. These cars are shuffling through the field. Front 7 had gotten away for the lead. The veteran Jeff Bright looking low and Chung, 21 laps to go in the Oreo 400. Jeff Bright trying to lead this race. His son Eli has had a lot of success here over his career. Now Jeff looking to add a win at Rockingham. He leads this race. Eli currently scored 15th. Remember, he started at the back of the field, so that's a really good run for him. But Jeff's fight is not over. Here comes Noah Clifton in the 00. Jeff's going to get to lead this lap. 20 laps to go. Clifton there in second. Up to third for Max Anderson. Fourth place battle is Malachi Rodriguez on the inside, Laura Chung on the outside. Then Jordan Stout, Ron Siminik are 6th and 7th. Battle for 8th, Jericho and Chaser Griffin Lynn. Kukulon bounced off the wall, holds up the 77 of Harrison Reed. Back here, Derek Hamill, Jay Randall, 2 chasers, and Anthony has went from leading on the restart to outside the top 20. Get passed by Luigi and others. A disastrous restart for the driver of the 48. And 3 wide for the lead. On the outside, lap car sprint to inside Noah Clifton. And Clifton takes the lead of this race. An aggressive move out of the 00, but it works out back to 18 to go. Now the 00 leads at Rockingham. I still think, though, if this thing stays green, it's all about the long run. Who can save their tires the best? And at the moment, none of these drivers at the front are saving their tires with how aggressive they're racing. I think Jeff Bright was getting behind Spro, who obviously has older stuff. Remember, he didn't pit there. He's trying to stay out, catch a yellow so he could come down to a yellow and not fall another few laps down. But I think Jeff kind of got halted by him, and he's right up to the back of the 00. So I think Jeff Bright definitely faster than Noah Clifton. Right here, right to the back of that 00 into turn 1. What great stuff here at Rockingham at the final time in the Gatorade Cup Series. Max Anderson shoved wide by Malachi Rodriguez, the 3 moving forward. This battle for the lead with lap traffic in front. Jeff Bright, lower and Clifton down to the inside. Side by side again for the lead. 16 laps to go at the line. And Jeff Bright back to the lead at Rockingham. What great stuff here in the Oreo 400. Now Bright has to deal with traffic in front. Luke Rennie Yepez. DeLello, Wilson, Hanley. Oskin back there lap down, just trying to battle with other chasers that fell lap down with them. As Jeff Bright moves aside that 13. That's 1 lap car. They got by. Clifton will also get by. The next lead lap car all the way back, 3rd place, Malachi Rodriguez. Then Jordan Stout is 4th, 5th place to Minnick. 6th to Chung, battle for 7th. 2 chasers, Griffin and Max Anderson, both going to get into a shot at the championship. Jose Mills up to 9th. And 10th place is now Eli Bright, just got by Chris Jericho for the top 10. What a great run for Eli. If this race were just a little bit longer, maybe we can see him in victory lane with a few more cautions. But I think it's too little too late unless something major happens, as the leader's still in thick traffic. Jeff Bright and Noah Clifton trying to get through as best they can. Just put a lap on Hanley. Now DeLello's next up, and then Luke Rennie the 2. 13 laps to go at the line. 2-car race at the moment, but if they get halted in traffic too much, Rodriguez and others could try and close in. If I just don't think, because, you know, those drivers 3rd on back, they also have to get through traffic 3 wide with the lap cars. Bippy Rosa, to Fitzwater and DeLello, the teammate from Rick Ware Racing. 13 laps to go. Jeff Bright, Noah Clifton, 1-2. Clifton not so good in the entry of 1. Jeff Bright pulled away by a few car lengths. Malachi Rodriguez and Jordan Stout starting to get into the traffic with the 34 Minnick. Laura Chung back here, then Griffin Lynn moving by some more cars. Eli Bright up to 8th on a flyer, and then number 88, Anderson back to 10th. Jake Gowie, one of the highest chasers now in the 19. Derek Hamill moving up. Oskin a lap down behind him. Luigi J. Randall kind of ride, not too far back as well. This is going to be an interesting finale for sure at Homestead once we get to it. Big Brewers lap car looking to get by 2nd place runner Noah Clifton, and Jeff Bright's really hoping that happens. Here we go, Ruiz to the inside of that 00. Yeah, Jeff Bright's looking in the mirror, hoping that 37 doesn't get up to him though, because with 11 to go. If 37 gets up and starts to pass the 9, who knows? Because Jeff now has to deal with Luke Rainey, the 14 of Beal ahead, 2 lap cars. Still for these front few, Malachi Rodriguez is stuck back in traffic. So is Stout and Chung, Lynn and Minnick, Eli Bright, Mills, Anderson, all these others that are on the lead lap. They are currently struggling in lap traffic. Jeff Bright, though, side by side in front of him, 10 laps to go. And he knows Ruiz is kind of on a charge right now. They're 37, a little bit faster than the leaders, even though he's a lap down. And Trying to get his lap back in case a late yellow comes out. And Jeff Bright wondering what to do, where to go. Noah Clifton hoping to stay close enough. If something happens to the 9, gets put on the outside, or a mistake happens, Clifton could be there to pounce. 9 laps to go in Rockingham. Now Jeff Bright's Luke Gray, the 2 to deal with in front. Luke up the track. Jeff looking to try and show the nose to the inside to say, please move aside. I'm the leader. I need to get by you now. Luke, great job to yield out of the way. Let Jeff Bright go without a contest. 8 laps to go in the Oreo 400 at Rockingham. Clifton, now 2 lap cars between he and Jeff Bright. We have to think Luke's probably going to let the 00 go right here. He's down Thunder Alley. He did not. He's battling with Clifton and allows Jeff Bright to pull away. 7 laps to go at the line. Clifton now gets by Luke, but has Ruiz in between he and the 9. The good thing for him is that Ruiz might be faster than the 9. Could put him to the outside. Who knows? 7 laps to go. 7 laps. Still a lot of time left for stuff to change, though. Obviously, if Jeff Bright gets in a battle with Ruiz, gets put to the outside, Clifton could be right there and pounce in that 00. But so far for Jeff Bright, that's the only lap cars to worry about. Clean traffic in front of him. Ryan Wilson is far enough up along with Sampson and Buford and Mick Morrill. They shouldn't have to deal with those drivers. But definitely, the car in his mirror might be the pushing point for Jeff Bright with 6 to go. Maybe for Jeff, just let Ruiz go. You don't want to try and, battle with him and lose time because you are battling with him. So I think Jeff Bright should just let him go right here. We'll have to see what he does. Coming back to 5 to go. Bright pulls a little bit of a gap off Ruiz, and Jeff really wanted to see this right here. 5 to go. So now yellow flag would not cause another restart. It would end the race short. And Jeff Bright might be wanting that yellow to come out right now. Down the back straight. Laura Chung fading in the 66. She's dropping back positions. And Jeff Bright coming back to see 4 laps to go in the final Gatorade Cup Series season. Can the Season 2 champion find one final victory? Or will someone like Noah Clifton break his heart? We've seen some heartbreakers here at Rockingham late in races. Think back to Season 6, the wreck on the last lap. What could possibly happen this season to maybe change the ending and complexity of the race? Ruiz, the lap car, looking to get by the leader, Jeff Bright, to get his lap back. Back to 3 to go. Bright has now caught up to Ryan Wilson. They have to try and negotiate, but he does have a nice gap back to Noah Clifton in the 00. 3 laps to go. Just over 3 miles left at Rockingham. Bright nicely through 1 and 2. Ruiz still up behind him. Now looking low. Bright has Wilson ahead. Remember for Ruiz, that's a position out of Ryan Wilson. Jeff Bright throws a comfortable lead with 2 to go. He could let Ruiz go and just let those 2 battle in front. Jeff's doing a good job right now, just holding his position in between these 2, but it's definitely a little bit worrying for sure. Coming back to the white flag. Bright showing the nose to Wilson, saying maybe move aside, please. I just want to get to the white flag and get this race over with. Off of 4. Final lap at Rockingham for Jeff Bright in the 9. Looking to win one final time in the Gatorade Cup Series. The Season 2 champion has had spurts of greatness, and lately it's been off for the driver of the 9. But down the back straightaway for the final time, it looks like he's going to add one more victory to his Gatorade Cup Series resume. As he battles through 3 and 4, he gets through the restart in perfect condition, and it's Jeff Bright to victory lane in the final Gatorade Cup Series Rockingham race. Noah Clifton ends up in 2nd. In the battle for 3rd, it looks like Jordan Stout, Griffin Lynn get top 5s out of their days. What a race here at Rockingham, and a lot to unpack after that one, but all attention is on the Season 2 champion Jeff Bright back to victory lane in the Gatorade Cup Series. But my, oh my, the points are going to be crazy entering Homestead, as we're probably going to have about 5 or so drivers with a shot at this championship. Let's go check out the finishing results and what the points are with just 1 race left in the Gatorade Cup Series. Here's how they finished in the Oreo 400 at the Rockingham Speedway. 1 caution flag today for 4 laps, right in the middle of green flag pit stops. And 8 lead changes. 6 different drivers saw the lead here today in Rockingham. And the one out in front at the right time, Jeff Bright, leading at the end, wins here in Rockingham. Noah Clifton gave him a fight at the end, but Clifton has settled for 2nd place. just about 0.6 of a second back. Jordan Stout ends up in third. Griffin Lynn, a really good day in terms of the points. Fourth place for him, and the top 5 for Bronson Mick in the 34, starting back in the 39th position. Malachi Rodriguez ends up in 6th. Ferret Longwell 7th place. Eli Bright from last on the starting grid to 8th place. Really good drive for the driver of the 88. Laura Chung and Max Anderson complete the top 10. Really good points day for Max Anderson as well in the number 12. Conrad Evans, Jake Galway 11th and 12th. We'll look down to 15th place. Derek Hamill in that number 15. Really good points day after a day where towards the midpoint it looked like it was going to be a disastrous day for the front few in points. Hamill fights and claws his way up into the top 15 and a really, really good point swing for the driver of the number 15. Jay Randall, decent points day, 17th, but lost a point to Hamill. That's big there because it looked like for a lot of the day, Randall would gain a decent amount of points over Hamill and Oskin. Instead, he only gains a lot of points over Samet Oskin, who had a difficult day in that number 6. Oskin went from leading the points, he's now down outside of the top 3. Keyshawn Richardson led the most laps at 25 here today. They all came within the first half of the race, but once he got past, that 43 was never the same. Chaser down here like Code Luigi, and then all the other chasers got caught victim and fell a lap down because of their pit stretchers, put them on the tail end of the lead lap. Ryan Wilson, TJ Henley, Zachary DeLello, Brandon Beal, Evan Hunter, but down at the bottom, Samet Oskin, 41st for the driver of the 6. A disastrous day. He came in leading by 1. He'll leave back 7 as we look at the right side for the point standings. Derek Hamill leads points by 4 over Max Anderson, who's 2nd. Griffin Lynn is 3rd, 5 points back. So Hamill being run down by 2 prior Gatorade Cup Series champions that are looking to get their 2nd championship in the final season. Don't count out as well Samet Oskin in that number 6, 7 points back, so he still has a shot as well. And also watch out for Jay Rando. It might be unrealistic at this time, 13 points back, but it is manageable. If Rando wins the race and Hamill is one of the lowest finishing chasers, he would have to be the lowest finishing or 2nd lowest finishing, then Jay Rando could win this championship. But right now it's a 5-man race for the championship. Derek Hamill leading the points, Max Anderson 4 points back, Griffin Lynn 5 points back, 7 points back for the 6 of Oskin, and then 13 points back for the 53 of Randall. You might say Kodoichi also has a shot at the 54 because he's 14 points back. If you win the race, you get 15, and then if you get last, you get 1. That's a 14-point swing, but Kodoichi cannot beat the 15 Hamill in a tie because it goes off of full season points, and Hamill has been dominating that in the 15 this season. So it's all down to Derek Hamill, Max Anderson, Griffin Lynn, Samet Oskin, and Jay Randall for this championship. For Randall, he would need to win the race. For the others, if point situations go their way, they could do it without winning the race. It's going to be a fight to see at Homestead for sure. Derek Hamill's been so dominant this chase. Max Anderson and Griffin Lynn have come alive as of late. Samet Oskin was also pretty dominant with Hamill, but had a really bad day here, which dropped him down. We'll see if he can try and get that momentum back and maybe for the championship. And can Jay Randall somehow find redemption from last season where the unthinkable happened to him and he lost the championship after having it unlocked? Maybe the same can happen, but in reverse this season where it looks like he doesn't have a shot, but he goes out there and wins and everything falls his way to get the championship. Whatever happens, it's going to be exciting for sure. In the final Gatorade Cup Series race, we go racing at Homestead. It's the Krispy Kreme 400. I'll see you guys then.